النجوم. Minister Khan, if I could bring you into the conversation, we heard Mr. Zubkov mention Trinidad and Tobago's place in the world as an LNG producer. Recently, there have been some issues in terms of feedstock and the ability for you to keep your LNG production up. Can you give us a little picture as to how things are going now?
Thank you, and thanks to His Excellency Minister Novak for Russian hospitality. Trinidad and Tobago has been in the gas business for earlier than most. We were only 3 years after Qatar in building our full service plant. When we built 3 and 4, that in 2005 was the largest single trade in the world. So we have had our challenges, but there was no template to follow because we got into the game so early. We have been saddled with some long-term contracts which were based on a reference price of Lake Charles, Elba Island, and those markets crashed. And we know the traders were taking our gas to China, to Japan, and to Korea. But the price net back to Trinidad was based on Lake Charles and Henry Hub. So that's a disadvantage we suffer. We have a very mature petrochemical industry. We are still the world's largest exporter of methanol. There was one time we were the 5th largest exporter of ammonia. So we have a very sophisticated infrastructure for petrochemicals and LNG. On the supply side, we have been falling short as we have not been discovering new reserves at the rate in which we had hoped. There's some serious deepwater exploration being conducted by BHP as we speak. BP and Shell are the 2 big players in Trinidad. But most important, we recently signed a deal for the dragon gas from eastern Venezuela to be piped to Trinidad for processing into LNG and to petrochemicals. Well, I don't want to follow the sanction route too much, but Venezuela is also under US sanction. And that has stymied the project. It has slowed it down. And the international companies, Chevron, Shell, they are a little apprehensive to continue the investment. Trinidad and Tobago is just 7 miles from Venezuela. We consider Venezuela our friend and our neighbor. So we hope that in the long term, this could be solved. As a matter of fact, I hope to have some discussions while I'm in Moscow with Rosneft and Minister Novak, because Rosneft now has the fields just west of Dragon, and those gas could be monetized through Trinidad. So the issue of pipelines, and not only to the market, the issue of pipelines can cross border into processing facilities. And that's the model we are trying to use in Trinidad and Venezuela. Eastern Venezuela has a lot of gas, but it has very little infrastructure for petrochemicals and LNG. There is no LNG plant anywhere in eastern Venezuela. It's a vast country, and Trinidad provides a modern infrastructure.